freshman season.
Deal here from Dylan Harper. Oh, what a move! A spectacular, phenomenal play there from Dylan Harper.
Carter Bryant trying to go viral on somebody, just putting him in the rim.
Just 2 years ago, the San Antonio Spurs were sitting at the bottom of the league with only 22 wins. Fast forward to today, and the picture couldn't be more different. They've got back-to-back Rookie of the Year winners, landed the number 2 and number 14 picks in the draft, and every key player on their roster is still under the age of 21. Other teams think they know what's brewing in San Antonio after all. They've seen flashes of Victor Wembanyama's brilliance, but the truth is, they're not ready for what's coming, because this isn't just a rebuild. This is a basketball storm, and it's picking up speed. That losing season, it wasn't a fluke, it was strategy. While critics mocked the Spurs for tanking, the franchise was quietly laying the groundwork for something massive. Now, they've got Victor Wembanyama, the 2024 Rookie of the Year, and he's already playing like a top 10 talent. San Antonio didn't just reload, they reloaded with a vengeance.
Victor rolling to the bucket. Oh, authority over Jacob. Count the basket and the foul.
Stephen Castle, your 2025 Rookie of the Year, a lockdown defender who can light it up on offense. Dylan Harper, the number 2 overall pick, a 6'6" point guard with championship instincts wired into his DNA. Carter Bryant, selected 14th. A picture-perfect 3-and-D wing built for today's game, and here's the kicker, they're all under 21. This isn't how rebuilds are supposed to go. You're not supposed to land 2 Rookie of the Year winners in back-to-back drafts. You're not supposed to snag a once-in-a-generation big man, then surround him with ideal pieces like clockwork. You're not supposed to go from being laughed at to being feared, not in 2 years, but the Spurs. They've never played by the rules, and they've never been normal.
Three, but he got his own miss. Goes to the rim, switches hands over the king again.
Let's not forget this is San Antonio we're talking about, the same franchise that tanked 1 season and landed Tim Duncan. 5 championships followed, the same team that spotted Tony Parker at pick no 28, found Manu Ginobili all the way at 57, turned Kawhi Leonard, the 15th overall pick, into a finals MVP. This team doesn't just draft well, they draft with vision, with patience, with purpose. They see what other front offices miss, and in the 2025 draft, what they saw might just reshape the NBA. June 25, 2025. The Spurs are on the clock with the number to pick. The obvious name? Dylan Harper, a 6'6" lefty with Kyrie level handles and the physical tools of Cade Cunningham. The talent was undeniable, but experts questioned the fit. He needs the ball too much. How will he share the floor with Wemby? They need shooters, not another playmaker. Well, those takes are aging like milk, because Harper didn't just show up, he showed out at Rutgers. He averaged 19.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, and next to Wembanyama, he looks like the missing piece the Spurs were waiting for.
Dylan Harper has had a phenomenal freshman season.
Playing next to fellow lottery pick Ace Bailey, Harper still put up solid stats, but the numbers don't tell the whole story. What they miss is who defenses were worried about. It was Harper. He was the engine of the offense, the guy calling the shots, setting the pace, and making the big plays when the game was on the line. Even with another star on the floor, it was Harper who had the ball in crunch time, and he could get to the rim at will. But here's the part almost nobody is talking about: Harper's feel for the game, his control. Watch him closely, he never looks rushed. His dribble is calm, steady, and almost hypnotic. Then, in a flash, he shifts gears and blows by his defender before anyone can react. Former Minnesota coach Ben Johnson said it best: Harper's change of speed is deceptive. You think you've cut him off, then he hesitates just enough to throw you off, and next thing you know, he's at the rim. You can't teach that. You can't coach it. That's pure instinct. That's elite. And if Harper was already a steal. At number 2, how did the Spurs also walk away with a potential all-defensive wing at pick 14?
San Antonio Spurs select Carter Bryant.
Defensive versatility.
Let's talk about bloodlines for a minute. Dylan Harper isn't just a talented player, he's basketball royalty. His dad, Ron Harper, 5-time NBA champion, 3 rings with the Bulls, 2 more with the Lakers. He played alongside legends Jordan, Pippen, Kobe, and Shaq. His mom's a coach. His brother's already in the league. Simply put, this game runs in his DNA. Now let's talk about the problem. At 6'6" and 215 pounds, Harper isn't just tall for a point guard, he's a matchup nightmare. Most point guards in today's league are 6'1" to 6'3". Harper towers over them, sees over defenses, shoots over smaller players, and muscles his way into the paint like a wing. But here's what really makes him dangerous: he's a lefty. Guarding a left-handed player is tricky. Everything feels reversed. Your instincts don't work. Your angles are off. Now imagine that lefty is 6'6", has elite body control, and a handle that could break ankles on a street court. Oh, and did we mention De'Aaron Fox is also a lefty? Now picture those two attacking you in waves. Good luck with that. This is every defensive coordinator's worst-case scenario. Dylan Harper's finishing ability? Already built for the NBA. He's got the footwork, the touch, and the creativity. Floaters, Euro steps, spin moves, he does it all. He can finish with either hand, from any angle. Rutgers head coach Steve Pikiell, a Big Ten veteran, said it himself: Harper might be the best point guard in the country. And here's the thing, it's not just the scoring. Harper's a playmaker too. Sure, the box score says he averaged 4 assists at Rutgers. But dig into the film. You'll see how many dimes were dropped only to be blown at the rim, missed layups, bricked open shots. Now imagine those same passes going to Victor Wembanyama, a 7'4" freak of nature who can throw down lobs from the free throw line. Those assist numbers? They're about to skyrocket. Just think about the possibilities. Harper and Wemby in the pick and roll. Unstoppable. Harper driving and kicking to Castle. Automatic. Harper finding Jalen Bryant in the corner. Cash. With Fox already at the point, the Spurs just went from dangerous to downright unfair. Now they've got lefty playmakers, elite finishers, and size at every level. This offense just became a nightmare to guard. What the Spurs needed was clear: another playmaker, someone who could lead the second unit, run alongside De'Aaron Fox in a two-guard set, and take the wheel when Fox takes a breather. But not just anyone, a player with size, skill, and versatility. They got all of that and more in Dylan Harper. His catch and shoot game? Elite. His ability to control the tempo? Elite. His decision-making under pressure? You guessed it, elite. This wasn't just a smart pick. This was a franchise-changing move. The popular comparison? Cade Cunningham. Same height, same calm, measured style, same rare gift for dictating the game without needing blazing speed. Cade turned into an all-star in just 3 years. Now imagine Harper already drawing those comparisons, developing under the Spurs system with Victor Wembanyama as his pick-and-roll partner. He might get there even faster, though. The Spurs locked in their point guard of the future at number 2. And somehow, at pick 14, landed a player that some teams had inside their top 10. How? Simple. They saw what others missed. Every dynasty has that guy, the glue piece, the difference maker who doesn't always fill the box score but changes everything. Think Draymond Green. Think Scottie Pippen. Think Andre Iguodala, the do-it-all wing who defends the best player on the floor, hits clutch shots, and brings the edge when it matters most. Enter Carter Bryant at a T6'8", 225 pounds. Bryant has the prototype NBA frame, long enough to alter shots, strong enough to bang with bigs, quick enough to chase guards around screens, and that 37.1% from 3. Yeah, that's legit. Now put him in the Spurs system with real floor spacing and better shot quality. You're looking at a future 40% shooter from deep. But here's what makes Bryant different from the usual 3-and-D mold: his shot blocking. This guy blocks shots like a center, not little fingertip deflections. We're talking full-on volleyball spikes. He sends shots into the stands with timing and instincts that are just plain rare for a wing. Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd summed it up perfectly. The one thing about Carter. According to Arizona coach Tommy Lloyd, Carter Bryant checks 2 boxes that are nearly impossible to find in the same player: elite talent, elite character. In San Antonio, that's the gold standard. The Spurs' entire culture is built on guys like this, players who grind, who compete, who don't need the spotlight to make a difference. Bryant fits that blueprint perfectly, but don't let his role fool you. There's way more to his game than just spot-up threes and off-ball cuts. Yes, that's where he's at right now, but the foundation for a much more complete offensive weapon is already there. He's got the vision, just hasn't been asked to use it yet. The handle? Still developing, but promising. The burst to attack closeouts? Absolutely. Sound familiar? Kawhi Leonard entered San Antonio as a quiet defender who could hit a few corner threes. What did he become? A two-time Finals MVP, DeJounte Murray, late first-round pick. Now, an all-star. The Spurs don't just develop players, they elevate them. And when you look at potential defensive lineups, Castle, Harper, Bryant, Sachin, Wembanyama, that's not just defense. That's nightmare fuel. That's 5 players who can switch everything, 5 players who can protect the rim, 5 players who can force turnovers and ignite fast breaks. Good luck scoring on that. Or, go small Harper, Bryant, Castle, Wembanyama, Velsiama, you still get defense, shooting, versatility, and Wemby anchoring the paint like a one-man wrecking crew. The closest player comparison for Carter Bryant. Anunoby, a strong, versatile wing who locks down on defense. But here's the difference. Anunoby was drafted based on potential. Bryant, he's already producing. He's shown he can contribute right now, and in San Antonio's system, with that elite development staff and Victor Wembanyama by his side, Bryant could be an all-defensive team candidate by year 2, and if that offensive game evolves. We're not just talking about a 3-and-D guy, we're talking about a potential all-star from the 14th pick. So let's zoom out for a second. The Spurs didn't just have a good draft, they changed the game. They now have a roster that's long, smart, tough, and perfectly built for today's NBA. And here's the most terrifying part. They're just getting started, because talent alone doesn't win championships, fit does. And in San Antonio, everything fits.